One other announcement, the pool reporter for the region will be Matt Zimmer from the Argus Leader. We're now joined on the dais from the University of South Carolina head coach Dawn Staley, her 8th season as head coach at the University of South Carolina, the program's 7th Sweet 16 appearance. We'll go ahead and begin with questions for Coach Staley. Right down, we'll start here in front, and then we'll come here.
David Cloninger with the state. Dawn, just how has practice and preparation been for this? I think y'all got up here a day earlier than everybody else, and how they kind of adjusted to the floor and to the new surroundings.
Practice has been great. Everybody's focused in on the task at hand, and everybody's coming in, is energized and ready to play.
Down in front.
Brian Hand, Spurs and Feathers. You talked about before they left that you wanted to have it be an experience, and I know y'all went to the mall and took in some. Has it just been, like to Dave's question, has it just been a fun experience so far, getting ready for these games?
It has been. I think it was, we had a really great reception by our hotel staff. They made us feel really quite at home with the first time we walked into the lobby area, being here for the second day. It's really been an incredible welcoming. It's probably too nice of an environment for us to play a physical game that we'll have to play on Friday night. But we're enjoying it. Obviously we want to work hard when we're in between the lines, but we also want to give our student athletes an experience like no others. Their first time all of our first times being here in South Dakota, and we want to enjoy the experience. Even the snow, we want to enjoy.
Down in front again.
On a lot of talk about Syracuse's press. How much does it help you to have three senior guards with Khadijah and Asia and Tiffany up there to try to handle it and set the tone with that?
And that's what, as coaches, we want to try to prep for everything that we can see, and we want to have everything programmed like we see it in our minds, and we try to convey that in practice. But, when it comes down to it, we have senior leadership that have been in this situation before, and we're going to lean heavily on them to, do what they've done, for the past 4 years. You don't get to this point in your program without having senior leadership.
We have one here left side, third row, then we'll come down in front again.
Matt Zimmer, Argus Leader. Dawn, can you comment on just the field as a whole, the strength of the 4 teams here at this region?
This is a great reason. I think there's a lot of familiarity with all the teams because we've played each other, within a 15-month period, and there's great individual play. Obviously, there's great coaching that's involved because to get your team here, it takes a combination of having great players and being able to manage those players and putting them in positions to be successful. So, the talent here is plentiful, and we look forward to just competing at a high level.
Let's go down in front on the left end, and then we'll come over to you.
Brian Hand, Spurs and Feathers. Dawn, so much is made of the press, but, tempering that when you're getting ready, how much do you focus on what they do in the half court and some of the things that you just focus on all around?
I think you have to cover everything. For us it is handling their press, making sure we're not turning the ball over as much as they turn people over, because they turn people over almost 25 times a game. We have to not turn it over that much, and really concentrate on our strengths. We gotta get the ball inside no matter what they're in. We have to push tempo and control tempo, because they do want to play fast and create a lot of possessions in the game. For us, we just have to be calculating in what we're doing.
Take 2 on the right side. We'll start in the front row.
David Cloninger with the state. Dawn, have you had a chance to reunite with Tammy yet? I think this is her first year at Syracuse. Have you gotten to talk?
I haven't gotten a chance to talk to Tammy as of yet. I think she understands, it's a competitive time of the year. And I wish her well. I wish Tammy well. She's a great coach. She's got a bright future in coaching. We've made incredible memories together, and obviously we put ourselves in a position to make another memory. I just hope it's a good memory for us.
We're going to take one on the far right, second row.
Hi, Don. Lindsay Kramer from the Syracuse Media Group in Syracuse, New York. Much like you're pushing toward the very top of the NCAA field, Syracuse is climbing up of its own, a little bit lower level, but top 10, top 12. You played them last year twice. Obviously, you've seen them on video this year. What's your feel for where they are, where they're going? And, when you look at the state of college basketball, women's college basketball in general overall, how high they can go and maybe how quickly they can get there?
I think for anyone that's playing this game, the sky is the limit. When you do things the right way, You open up doors that historically were closed to the upper echelon of programs. I think Q's done a great job, at staying the course, and that's what you must do. I think sometimes when you're not getting where you want to go as quickly as you want to get there, you want to take a short road. But I don't think he's done that with this program. He's hired well. He's done some international coaching, so he's doing his part to advance their program, and it's no surprise that they sit where they sit. And I wish them well, just not against us.
We'll take one in the fourth row back here.
Hey, Don. Brian Higgins, Q's TV. You kind of already answered my Tammy Reese question a little bit, but what do you think it was about those Virginia teams playing for Coach Ryan that so many players from back then have been as successful as you have been in coaching right now?
Well, we have to pay homage to Debbie Ryan and what she's done for us. We got our foundation of competing at the highest level, practicing at the highest level, and when you're under the guides of working hard and competing, your next best move is to get into coaching to kind of hone those skills that you learned as a college athlete. But we had some fun times. The fact that our team, South Carolina, sits where it does, it definitely has something to do with my experience as a player playing at this time of the season.
We have one here in the third row. Sure.
Coach Ryan Hewer, GamecockCentral.com. Obviously, your defense is such a hallmark, and Syracuse has such a dynamic backcourt. What is the key to shutting them down?
Well, I don't necessarily think we can shut them down because they have a lot of tools in their toolbox. We just can't allow them to get easy buckets. Everything that they do must come under duress. All the shots have to be contested, and we just have to play for 40 minutes. The moment that you take a break could be a moment in which they can gain momentum. So you have to work hard for 40 minutes and not allow them to get any easy buckets.
Other questions for Coach? Coach, thank you. Good luck tomorrow night. We're now being joined on the dais from the University of South Carolina student athletes. From the far left, Asia Wilson, Elena Coates, and Tiffany Mitchell. We will go ahead and take questions for the student athletes. Again, name and affiliation with every question down here in front, please.
David Cloninger with the state. Asia and Elena, a lot of attention's being paid to Syracuse's press. How do you guys prepare for that, or is it mostly let the guards handle it and you guys will do what you do?
I think it's kind of the second one that you said. I think we're kind of letting our guards handle it. We know our role, we know our place, but they know if they ever need help, there's always an outlet spot right there that we'll always get the ball to, and they know they can throw it up to us, and we'll pretty much go get it. So, I mean, it is kind of a guard type thing of bringing the ball up court, and I think our guards handle it pretty well. So we're just going to let them do them, and we're going to do us.
We have faith that our guards will see through the lights and get to us.
Appreciate it.
Down in front.
I see that Eli got a scarf, but for all three of you, what has the experience been like here in Sioux Falls so far?
It's pretty cool. Just because South Carolina didn't get any snow. Did we get snow this year? Barely. But so it was kind of cool seeing like a whole hill of snow. Like we had snowball fights yesterday, so it was fun. It's been fun since we've been here.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, you know, South Dakota was not your vacation spot, but hey, we made it a vacation spot here, and we're here to take care of business, but at the same time, you know, we went to the mall, so we're really enjoying it here. It's different, but hey, we're making fun out of it.
We are having a great time here. I have enjoyed all the snowball fights I have participated in.
Let's take a question in the third row.
Ryan Hewer, GamecockCentral.com. Can the three of you just speak to what it's like being back in the Sweet 16? Obviously, first Final Four run last year. Does that experience change your approach to this year at all, or are you just doing what you do?
I mean, I think it helps us just because we're experienced. We're familiar to this. It's not new to us, so it definitely helps us just playing in this, knowing that we've been here before.
It's definitely a great feeling knowing that we've made it back to the Sweet 16. And, you know, it's nice to, you know, relive the past, but we're in the present right now, and we're trying to, you know, make it to another Final Four and, you know, possibly be national champs. But we know that at the end of the day, we have to take it one game at a time, and Syracuse is who's up next. So we know that we have to handle our business.
Asia, anything you want to add?
I mean, they really pretty much said it all. I mean, we've been here before, and that's always a good feeling because we know kind of what it takes to get to be regional champions. So I guess we're just going to continue to do us.
Question over here in the blue.
Hi, for any or all of you, you were all on a team last year that played Syracuse twice in the regular season and then in the tournament. Syracuse, much like yourself, is a team that's trying to crack a higher level, maybe top 12, top 16. You've gotten a perspective on how they were last year. You've watched them on video this year, so I was curious, any one of your overall impressions of where they were versus a year ago and now, and what you've seen of them overall as a program.
Elena, do you want to start that one?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I definitely feel like they have upped their level of aggression, especially in their press. You know, last year, just from watching film up to how they are now, they've definitely, you know, caused issues for other teams, you know, with getting the ball down the floor and, you know, just getting traps and stuff. So I feel like one of the main things that they've changed is definitely their aggression.
Tiffany, anything you want to add? Asia?
She said it all.
Okay. Let's take it in the back then, please.
Along those same lines, you talk about the aggression Syracuse has. How do you make sure you're the ones who dictate the pace of play when they'll try to speed you up and then slow you down with that 2-3 zone defense?
Tiffany?
I mean, I'm sure the first 5 minutes probably dictate some of the game. Everyone's going to come out hype. It's probably going to be really fast. Probably going to be a little sloppy at first, but once we get things under control and calm down some, I think that's when things start to open up for us and we can kind of look over their press, get the ball inside some, just knock down shots.
Let's take it in the back again.
I was asking some of your teammates in the locker room after the comments that Day made the other day, do you guys still feel like USC is not viewed as the likes of UConn and Notre Dame, and you're still clawing for respect nationally?
Is that a follow-up for Tiffany or any of them? Does anybody want to take that one? Asia?
I'm not sure. I just feel like it kind of is what it is. People are going to say things. People are going to think ways that they may think. But, I mean, as long as we're true to ourselves and we know who we are and we represent our state very well, I feel like we do a very good job of that. And I feel like we have this great support, great fans that really kind of back us up. So I don't really think that we can really dictate what people say. So we just got to stay true to ourselves, and we're just going to go out there and play.
We have one back here.
Yeah, he stole my thunder. I was going to ask about that. Eric Olson with the Associated Press, but kind of following up on that, Tiffany, if you'd take it, does that fuel your fire when you hear stuff like that?
I mean, like I just said, only thing we can go out there to do is play. I mean, Gamecock Nation has our back as far as taking care of the people who have things to say about our team. So only thing we have to do is put out a product that they're used to supporting.
Other questions for the student athletes? We have one in the back here.
What does Coach Staley stress since you arrived here? A lot of your teammates in locker room talking about this is a business trip. What's the focus level like for you guys now the night before the big game?
I feel like we're pretty focused. We know what's at stake. We know what's at hand and the tasks that needs to be done to get where we need to be. So I don't think focus is our huge thing right now. It's just, just taking care of business because we've been here before. So now it's just executing when we need to.
Staying disciplined is something that she really harps on. So, yeah, just staying disciplined.
Other questions? We'll take another one back in the back row. Name and affiliation, please.
Joe Gorcho, WIS-TV from Columbia, South Carolina. Elena, this is for you. I know you play most of your games with that intensity and a fierce level, but does it pick up during tournament time? I kind of look at the way you conduct yourself, and you play very intense. I can see in your eyes. Do you feel yourself channeling that energy as each game goes on in this tournament? Love the smile, by the way.
Oh my gosh, I definitely do. It's just something about tournament time that really just brings the fire in me. And I really think it has something to do with the fact that, it's do or die. You win or you go home. And I don't want my seniors to, go out without a bang. So whatever I can do to, help my teammates out in any sort of way, whether it be aggressive rebounding, whether it be trying to, shut down the other player's center, whatever it is, I'm going to go out there and do it to my best ability because at the end of the day, I want my seniors to, get a ring, as long as the rest of my teammates. But, I really do play for my seniors. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Other questions for the student athletes? Okay, ladies, we'll go ahead and excuse you back to the locker room. Thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow night. The locker room will be opened until 11:20.